8.9, award of bid number 14-07, Nanny Construction Incorporated.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. This is the bid for the additional restrooms at the Martin Luther King Center. Just a little bit of history. I was able to go back to the 11-12 budget, and I saw a $55,000 placeholder there. That was to remodel the existing bathrooms. When we found out that we wanted to, when the commission directed us to proceed with this, we hired an engineer to draw the plans, and we found out that those restrooms could not be made ADA accessible. So we moved to develop a new facility off of the kitchen. And if you remember, on the February 18th of this year, you all approved a budget amendment taking the $55,000 out and replacing it with $125,000 for recreational impact fees. And just a little more history. I can remember in the back that this project has been on the books for several years while I was a commissioner.
I was going to ask you that. It's been on there for a while.
And as you know, we're making an effort to try and enhance the use of that facility. Staff has managed to convince the supervisor of elections to use the MLK Center for early voting both in the August and the November election this year.
Had a question. I had someone call today and had a question about the configuration of the restrooms, and they mentioned that they thought that the existing restrooms that can't be converted to ADA there may be an issue with taking that out because
we're not planning on taking them out.
But how many restrooms do we end up with if we do the addition and then keep the old restrooms too?
I do believe that the new restrooms will really serve the auditorium, whereas the old restrooms serve the camp area.
How many though did we have on the facility in total now?
Mr. Miller, we were over there today.
There were, I believe, 2 urinals, 5 commodes total. Oh, no, 2 and 3.
In the men's,
I guess I'm getting at
men's room. The women's had 1, I think, and the women's room had more. Am I getting the rooms right?
The room has 2.
Is there 2 in there? There is. Installed a separation 2, right?
I know we need improvement. I guess what I was getting at is I preferred being able to remodel the whole area and make it ADA compliant.
Well,
that would entail moving some structural walls.
Right.
That would be well beyond the $55,000 that was originally budgeted. And actually, that would still not make those more accessible to the auditorium area. So,
Nan, I think Nan came up with it. No,
I was just going to confirm the number of
bathrooms.
toilets and urinals in the facility.
Once this is built, how many?
Oh, once this is built, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 men's toilets and 5 urinals, and then 1, 2, 3, 6. Well, 9 women's toilets in the facility, in that building. Now that's it. That includes the locker rooms.
that ought to be enough, don't you think?
I think that would be good.
So we're anticipating using the auditorium for a lot of things.
We average about 12 rentals a year.
$12 times a year.
That's the average.
I mean, you said you're including the restrooms that are in the locker room. That locker room is on the pool deck. Is that
Yes.
correct? And is that pool deck, that's not accessible during camp times, and when the auditorium is open, I'm assuming that's kept locked the whole time?
Well, it depends on the time of year. It can be arranged it can be whatever people need. You know, we can make concessions for lots.
Well, I went over there today, and I talked to the camp counselor. I guess she's a counselor, someone else, over the after-school program, and she said that they don't access that because they're concerned about the safety aspect of it. And it's also, if they can rent that building out, it could be a liability issue as well, having people out there next to a swimming pool to get to a bathroom. But she mentioned that when they bring the kids in, a lot of times if all the boys have to go at once, what they do is they have to bring the girls, let them use the girls' restroom. And also they mentioned that those, I think those were built in the 1950s, and they've been, basically they said they would really appreciate bathrooms.
Oh, I wanted new bathrooms too. I just wanted there to be a way not
It's too bad we can't
not to
do
do
the
the addition and have to pay twice the money to do it. I'd rather have the $55,000 or $60,000 for something else to do there or somewhere else.
Make a motion to approve 2014-59.
Second.
Is there any other discussion? No, I have one question. The only last question I had was, can the old bathroom area can that be taken out if it's not ADA compliant and used for something else?
Eventually, but that's not.
Haven't we paid impact fees on that already?
That's not what we're planning to do right now.
It's not tied to any sort of money that we've collected. Impact fees weren't used for it. It's not something.
No, those are the original bathrooms that were built in 19.
So you could clear that out, reconfigure the inside, and it doesn't matter.
Have you been over there?
Yeah.
There's not really much room in there to do anything.
Yeah. Well, I know the addition where the bathrooms are going used to be a ticket area going into the auditorium. And I know that you sort of change that if that becomes a gate or a doorway into bathrooms. And they changed it to sort of a maintenance storage area, I guess.
It was an office and now storage.
I guess, yeah. And I thought it sort of half made sense maybe to have theater groups there one day or do something to make the auditorium a little more used instead of 12 days a year, maybe 100 days a year. But
I think Commissioner Gass brought that up once before about the potlucks and things that they used to do over there, correct?
Yeah.
I knew I heard it somewhere. It had to
Did
be
they play bingo there too?
Bingo.
There's still bingo.
Oh, what
There is?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that the 12 times a year, or is that just
No.
rented
The
12 times?
rentals are bingo's a program that is the American, I think it's American Legion. It's run through someone because we can't actually run bingo. So it
How many
is.
days a year is it used?
Well, it's used every day in the summer. Well, 5 days a week in the summer, and after school.
The auditorium.
For the summer learning center and the after school tutoring program. So it is. It's just the rentals where the revenue is there's only 12, about 12 to 13.
How many children are involved in that after-school program, would you say?
Currently, there's around 53.
is that I wasn't sure, is that a city program or a park and rec program? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Summer learning center and after school tutoring, and it's not a child care provider. We're not licensed in that building.
Yeah, now I watch the homework. They sit everyone down and get
Yeah, you
busy.
do your homework. That's right.
Yeah, they were well looked. From the time I was over there, I noticed they were very well looked after.
And they're very well behaved,
Yes,
too.
they are. They're very well behaved. They're doing great supervision. It looks like they've been doing it for a long time.
Any other discussion? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Miller?
Yes.
Commissioner Gass?
Yes.
Commissioner Corbett?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Pelican?
Yes.
Mayor Boner?
Yes. Item 7.